What if three simple creamy spreads, the kind sitting quietly in your kitchen right now, were doing something far bigger than adding flavor to your toast? What if they were silently lowering your blood sugar, repairing damaged nerves, calming inflammation in your heart, strengthening your vision, easing hormonal chaos, and restoring energy in ways most diabetics never discover? For millions of people living with diabetes, every meal feels like a gamble. One wrong choice can send blood sugar soaring, bring back the tingling in your feet, trigger exhaustion, or leave you battling cravings you can't explain. But hidden behind the smooth texture of three specific nut butters lies a healing system so powerful that it can soften glucose spikes by nearly 30%, reduce nerve irritation by up to 25%, and protect your heart and blood vessels with every spoonful. These aren't exotic powders or expensive supplements. They're everyday foods with metabolic intelligence built into them. And today we're going deeper than ever before. You're about to discover how these creamy spreads rebuild your diabetic body from the inside out, the best times to eat them, and how to use each one to unlock real, measurable relief. First on the list, walnut butter. Walnut butter might look like a simple creamy spread, but inside that subtle aroma is one of nature's deepest healing systems for a diabetic body. For anyone living with high fasting sugar, nerve irritation, brain fog, mood swings, stubborn belly fat, or pressure behind the eyes, walnut butter works like a silent repair engineer. Each spoonful carries nutrients that restore nerves, soothe inflammation, improve circulation, sharpen focus, and calm metabolic stress. Unlike many nut butters that simply energize, walnut butter actively rebuilds, slowly, gently, and consistently, making it a therapeutic food every diabetic deserves. Let's begin with the glycemic impact. Walnut butter carries a glycemic index of about 15 and a glycemic load below 1 per tablespoon, making it one of the safest spreads for diabetics. When paired with even moderate carbohydrates, walnut butter slows digestion so effectively that it can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 28 to 32%, especially in people with insulin resistance. This is what researchers call glucose buffering, the ability of healthy fats and fiber to soften the blood sugar rise from other foods. Many diabetics feel the difference within days: steadier energy, fewer crashes, and smoother glucose rhythms. Now let's unlock the nutrient profile behind this magic. 2 tablespoons, 32 grams, offer 180 to 190 calories, 17 to 18 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fiber, leaving net carbs at just 2 grams. But the real star is its omega-3 content, around 2.5 grams of ALA per serving, the highest of any nut. These omega-3s convert into EPA and DHA, helping repair nerve membranes and reduce inflammation. Clinical findings show omega-3 intake can reduce nerve pain intensity by 22 to 26% and lower inflammatory markers by up to 32% in individuals with metabolic syndrome. Walnut butter also delivers magnesium, 14% daily value, copper, 55% daily value, manganese, 50% daily value, and vitamin E, 10% daily value. These minerals activate antioxidant enzymes that protect tissues from oxidative damage, something diabetics desperately need. Studies show people with diabetes who increase their copper and manganese intake see up to 20% improvement in vascular function and 15 to 18% lower oxidative stress. Now let's go deeper into how walnut butter heals. Nerve health is one of its strongest advantages. The omega-3 fats in walnuts help rebuild the damaged protective sheaths around nerves, reducing burning, tingling, and numbness. Research shows omega-3 supplementation can improve nerve conduction speed by 16 to 20% and reduce neuropathy progression by up to 28%. Many diabetics report their feet feel warmer, lighter, and calmer within weeks of adding walnut butter to their routine. The brain benefits are just as powerful. Diabetics commonly struggle with memory trouble, slow thinking, or irritability due to inflammation in the brain. Walnut butter's polyphenols and omega-3 ERS reduce this inflammation by up to 30%, leading to noticeably improved clarity, sharper focus, and better emotional stability. Cardiovascular health is another major area of relief. Walnut butter helps smooth blood vessel function, improving flexibility and lowering pressure. People who consume walnuts regularly see LDL cholesterol drop by 10 to 12% and HDL improve by 5 to 7%. Its copper-activated antioxidants lower artery inflammation by up to 25%, reducing the risk of long-term heart complications. Let's talk metabolism. Walnut butter improves the hormones that regulate hunger and fullness. Its healthy fats naturally reduce ghrelin, the hormone that screams "eat more," and supports serotonin, which stabilizes mood. This hormone shift can reduce nighttime snacking and cravings by 18 to 22%, resulting in smoother glucose control throughout the day. Walnut butter also improves mitochondrial health, your cell's energy engines. Studies show the polyphenols in walnuts enhance mitochondrial efficiency by up to 14%, reducing fatigue and boosting steady daytime energy. Another overlooked benefit is walnut butter's effect on microcirculation, the tiny blood vessels around the eyes and nerves. Improved microcirculation means improved oxygen delivery and better retinal health. Regular walnut intake can reduce the progression risk of diabetic retinopathy by up to 23%, especially when combined with healthy fats and antioxidants. Here's a fun fact. Walnuts naturally contain melatonin, the sleep hormone. Better sleep leads to lower cortisol, and lower cortisol improves fasting glucose. Eating walnut butter in the evening has shown to reduce morning fasting sugars by 10 to 15% in some individuals. Here's a myth worth clearing up. Walnut butter is too fatty for diabetics. In reality, healthy fats reduce abdominal fat by improving how the body oxidizes stored fat. People who eat walnuts regularly see a 14 to 18% reduction in visceral fat, the dangerous fat linked with insulin resistance. So walnut butter is not a fat gainer, it's a fat controller. Pro tip, for a blood sugar steadying breakfast, stir 1 tablespoon of walnut butter into warm oatmeal, made with unsweetened almond milk. Add cinnamon for an extra 5 to 6% reduction in post-meal glucose. This breakfast keeps sugar stable for hours. A gentle caution. Walnut butter is calorie dense, so stick to 1 tablespoon once or twice per day. Choose brands with only one ingredient, walnuts. Avoid anything with added oils or sweeteners. Store it chilled to preserve omega-3 quality. Price-wise, walnut butter ranges between $7 and $12 per jar in the US, depending on brand and freshness. But considering its nerve-repairing, brain-protecting, heart-stabilizing benefits, it delivers more healing per spoonful than many supplements. So the next time you need comfort food that also repairs your body, reach for walnut butter. It doesn't just taste good, it calms nerves, strengthens your heart, stabilizes hormones, sharpens your mind, and brings real metabolic relief. Before we continue, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. It always inspires me to see how far our diabetes healthcare family reaches. And now stay with me, because pistachio butter has its own unique healing percentages that go far beyond what walnut butter can do. Second on the list, pistachio butter. Pistachio butter may look like a fun, vibrant green spread, but inside that color lies one of the deepest restorative powers for a diabetic body. Its taste is creamy and comforting, but its science is bold, precise, and incredibly fast-acting. For anyone struggling with unstable blood sugar, nerve irritation, eye fatigue, high cholesterol, hormonal imbalances, or unpredictable blood pressure, pistachio butter offers relief in ways that most spreads cannot. It doesn't just stabilize glucose, it improves the machinery that regulates glucose, strengthens tissues damaged by chronic high sugar, and restores balance to systems that diabetes quietly weakens over time. Let's begin with its glycemic impact. Pistachio butter has a glycemic index of just 15 and a glycemic load under 2 per 2 tablespoon serving, making it one of the lowest impact nut butters on the market. The combination of protein, healthy fats, and natural fiber slows carbohydrate absorption so efficiently that pistachios have been shown to reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 32%. And here's the remarkable part. When pistachio butter is taken 15 minutes before a carbohydrate meal, research suggests it can increase insulin responsiveness by 15 to 18%. a major advantage for people dealing with insulin resistance or prediabetes. Now let's explore its nutrient composition. 2 tablespoons, 32 grams, of unsweetened pistachio butter contain about 180 to 190 calories, 15 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, 8 grams of total carbohydrates, and 3 grams of fiber, bringing net carbs down to about 5 grams. But what makes pistachio butter stand out is its vitamin B6 content. One serving provides around 77% of the daily value. Vitamin B6 is a crucial cofactor for neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which help stabilize mood, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. Studies show that improving B6 intake can reduce diabetic nerve discomfort and irritability by up to 20 to 25%. Pistachio butter also provides magnesium, 14% daily value, potassium, 6% daily value, and trace minerals like copper and manganese. These minerals support blood pressure control, nerve communication, digestive health, and electrolyte balance, especially important for diabetics who experience nighttime urination or blood pressure swings. Magnesium alone can reduce muscle cramps, nerve tension, and sleep disturbances by 18 to 22%, improving both comfort and recovery. Now let's explore the healing power pistachio butter delivers to the eyes, nerves, hormones, and heart. One of its most unique features is its concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that shield the retina from oxidative stress. Diabetics often experience early retinal damage, dry eyes, or blurred vision. Pistachio butter helps by reducing retinal inflammation by 20 to 30%, improving microcirculation and slowing down the progression of diabetic eye strain. Its effect on nerves is equally powerful. Pistachio butter contains natural antioxidants and plant sterols that reduce nerve inflammation and support membrane healing. People who add pistachios to their diet report reductions in tingling, burning, or nerve irritation by 18 to 24% due to improved nerve conductivity and reduced oxidative stress. Let's talk hormones. Pistachio butter supports hormonal balance in a way no other nut butter can. Its plant sterols help regulate cholesterol-derived hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. Studies show pistachios can lower LDL cholesterol by 10 to 12% and increase HDL by up to 7%, improving hormonal stability and reducing inflammatory signals that worsen insulin resistance. For women with PCOS or insulin-related hormonal shifts, pistachio butter can improve overall hormonal rhythm by 15 to 20%. For men, the combination of healthy fats and antioxidants can improve testosterone balance, sperm quality, and overall vitality. But one of pistachio butter's strongest benefits is its impact on the gut. Its natural prebiotic content feeds beneficial bacteria, increasing levels of short-chain fatty acids that reduce intestinal inflammation and improve nutrient absorption. Research shows pistachios can improve gut microbiome diversity by 18 to 22% and reduce harmful bacteria by up to 30%. This gut repair translates into better glucose control, smoother digestion, and less bloating, 3 common struggles for diabetics. Pistachio butter also supports emotional health. Because it boosts neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, people often report feeling calmer, less irritable, and more mentally resilient. In diabetics who struggle with stress-related spikes, this emotional stability can reduce stress-driven glucose surges by 10 to 15%. Here's a fun fact. Ancient Persian healers called pistachios the smiling nut, not just because of their open shells, but because people literally felt happier and lighter after consuming them. Today, modern science supports this. Pistachios improve dopamine signaling, which reduces cravings and enhances satisfaction after meals. Here's a myth that needs correcting. Pistachios are too high in carbs for diabetics. This is outdated thinking. When you consider net carbs, glycemic load, fat composition, and fiber content, pistachio butter actually reduces carb impact from meals. In studies, people who added pistachios to a carb meal experienced 25 to 30% lower glucose spikes than those who ate the meal alone. Helpful pro tip: for a blood sugar-friendly midday snack, spread 1 tablespoon of pistachio butter onto thin slices of cucumber or half a pear. This combo reduces afternoon glucose swings by 12 to 18% and keeps you full for hours. A gentle note: pistachio butter is calorie-dense, so stick to 1 tablespoon once or twice daily. Avoid flavored or sweetened pistachio butters that contain honey, sugar, or palm oil. These can raise glucose significantly. Choose brands with one ingredient: pistachios. Price-wise, pistachio butter usually costs $8 to $12 per jar in the US, depending on whether it's raw or roasted. Yes, it's pricier, but its benefits for eyes, nerves, hormones, and glucose stability make it worth every dollar. So the next time you want something creamy and comforting that also stabilizes your metabolism, reach for pistachio butter. It's not just a spread, it's a green metabolic healer, a nerve protector, a hormone balancer, and a glucose stabilizer in one spoonful. And don't go anywhere yet, because almond butter has a healing advantage that neither walnut nor pistachio can match, especially for your heart, appetite, and long-term glucose control. Third on the list, almond butter. Almond butter may seem familiar. It's the spread nearly everyone has tasted at least once. But when you peel back the layers of science, it becomes clear that this creamy, nutty paste holds a healing system far deeper than most people realize. For a diabetic body constantly battling inflammation, cravings, hormonal swings, heart stress, and unstable glucose, almond butter acts like a calming internal stabilizer. It works slowly, quietly, and consistently, protecting your heart, smoothing your glucose curve, supporting your hormones, easing nerve tension, and even protecting your vision. What makes almond butter stand out is its ability to bring balance back to systems that diabetes pushes out of rhythm. Let's start with its glycemic profile. Almond butter carries a glycemic index of around 15 and a glycemic load below 1 per tablespoon, making it one of the most blood sugar-safe foods you can pair with fruit, oats, or low-carb breads. When added to a carbohydrate meal, almond butter can lower the post-meal glucose spike by up to 25 to 30%. This is because its fats and fibers slow gastric emptying, meaning carbs enter the bloodstream at a calmer, more controlled pace. For diabetics who struggle with fast spikes after breakfast or snacks, this single change can bring relief within days. Now let's break down its nutrient density. 2 tablespoons, 32 grams of almond butter provide 190 to 200 calories, 18 grams of healthy fats, 7 grams of protein, 6 grams of total carbs, and 3 grams of fiber, leaving net carbs at just 3 grams. But its true power comes from magnesium, vitamin E, monounsaturated fats, and polyphenols. Almond butter contains 89 milligrams of magnesium, about 21% of the daily value. Magnesium helps the body regulate over 300 enzymatic reactions, including insulin signaling, nerve conduction, muscle relaxation, and blood pressure control. For diabetics with muscle tightness, cramps, irritability, or poor sleep, magnesium intake can reduce these symptoms by 18 to 24%. It also contains 7.7 milligrams of vitamin E, about 51% of the daily value. Vitamin E is one of the most powerful lipid protective antioxidants, shielding nerves, blood vessels, and eye tissues from oxidative damage. Research shows vitamin E intake can reduce the risk of diabetic eye complications by 18 to 22% and improve nerve comfort by 15 to 20%. But one of almond butter's most valuable effects is its influence on appetite hormones. Almond butter improves leptin sensitivity, the hormone that tells your brain, you're full. Diabetics with leptin resistance often feel hungry even after meals, leading to overeating, cravings, and glucose instability. Almond butter helps resensitize the brain to leptin, reducing overall hunger by 20 to 28% and nighttime snacking by 15 to 22%. Let's talk about heart protection. Almond butter contains high levels of monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats reduce LDL cholesterol by 10 to 15% and increase HDL, good cholesterol, by 5 to 8%. They also improve arterial elasticity, which helps lower high blood pressure. In people with type 2 diabetes, regular almond consumption has been shown to reduce markers of arterial inflammation by up to 32%, a major win in long-term cardiovascular protection. The gut is another major beneficiary. Almond butter's fiber acts like a natural prebiotic, feeding beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids. These compounds strengthen the gut lining, reduce bloating, improve digestion, and support smoother glucose absorption. Research shows regular almond intake can improve gut bacterial diversity by 17 to 21%, improving nutrient absorption and reducing digestive inflammation. Now let's explore almond butter's role in hormonal harmony. Almonds help stabilize estrogen and progesterone balance in women, particularly those dealing with insulin-linked hormonal swings or PCOS. They also support testosterone balance in men by reducing oxidative stress in reproductive tissues. These effects create a more stable hormonal environment, improving energy, libido, mood, and glucose control. Studies show almond intake can reduce hormonal fluctuation symptoms by up to 23%. Almond butter also supports microvascular health, the tiny blood vessels that nourish your eyes, kidneys, and nerves. Its polyphenols protect these vessels from oxidative stress and improve blood flow by 15 to 18%, reducing the long-term risk of diabetic complications. Here's a fun fact. Almond skins contain compounds that behave like natural antihistamines and anti-inflammatories. Even when blended into butter, these compounds remain active and contribute to a 20 to 26% reduction in inflammation markers over time. Here's a myth that needs correcting. Almond butter is too calorie dense for weight loss. The truth? People who eat almonds regularly actually lose more fat, especially belly fat, than those who avoid them. Why? Because almond butter reduces overall calorie intake by stabilizing appetite and lowering insulin spikes. This helps reduce visceral fat by 12 to 16%, which is essential for improving insulin sensitivity. Helpful tip: for a blood sugar-friendly dessert that won't spike glucose, mix 1 tablespoon of almond butter with half a cup of warm mashed cauliflower, a few drops of vanilla, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This creamy pudding-like mix reduces late-night glucose spikes by 10 to 14% and keeps cravings under control. A gentle note: stick to 1 to 2 tablespoons daily. Choose unsweetened almond butter with one ingredient: almonds. Avoid maple, honey, flavored, or chocolate almond butters, which often contain added sugars. If you have moderate kidney issues, be mindful of overall potassium intake. Price-wise, almond butter typically ranges from $6 to $9 per jar in the US. While pricier than peanut butter, its magnesium, vitamin E, and hormone-supporting nutrients make it one of the most valuable additions to a diabetic-friendly kitchen. So the next time you crave something creamy, sweet, and satisfying, choose almond butter. It doesn't just fill your stomach. It calms inflammation, sharpens hormones, strengthens your heart, tames your appetite, protects your nerves and eyes, and helps smooth your blood sugar curve one spoonful at a time. If you found value in these nut butters, hit like subscribe to Diabetes Healthcare and tell me in the comments, which butter will you try first? Walnut, pistachio, or almond? Your story may inspire someone else to take control of their health.